Hello guys, welcome to Spoken Essays. I am Harshal Vora and you are watching the HTML CSS tutorials where we learn HTML and CSS using freeCodeCamp. Now quickly I will just share my screen with you because you guys know what I have been working on. So let's go ahead. Great. So you can see this is what we built. This page is what we built for Dr. Norman, the man who saved 8 billion lives. So now I'm going to try and make something for another character. Maybe I could I was thinking of Ratan Tata. So we could take Ratan Tata, and you know what, so yeah, I was surfing through a few of Wikipedia personalities, and I thought Ratan Tata would be appropriate. So Ratan Tata, let's see. Oh yeah, I have to Ratan Tata. Yes, that's him. That is him, and we can do something about this. So how about we take the help of AI. So you know what, I'm going to open chat.openai.com, and what do we want? So we want some text, some information, a timeline of his life, Ratan Tata's life. And of course this doesn't have a timeline. If you think about it, it does mention the timeline, like during the 21 years, this and that, this and that, this and that, this and that, so on and so forth. These are the list of awards that Mr. Tata won, and he was gifted. Anyway, we are looking for something like this, a short timeline, and I think this person, this well-known personality, has been around in this world for some time now. He is, yeah, you can see he is 85 years of age. Unfortunately, we could take him, but now that we can see there's no death, the man who saved 1 billion lives. Then what we can do is we can also take a timeline of Stan Lee. So maybe we could take something from Stan Lee's early life, legal concerns, then several legal actions, intellectual property. I'm sure this will have a lot of stuff. So we could also take Stan Lee. I just realized while I was speaking that Ratan Tata is still alive, so there wouldn't be a definite timeline. It would be from his birth till now. Instead, I think I should take Stan Lee. Stan Lee, because he's a well-known personality, and he left us at age 95, 2018. But that is, I like his work. I watch a lot of Marvel movies, so then I thought that his page would be perfect, a tribute page, because we are building a tribute page. Tribute is for someone who has died. So I was kind of being not clever about it when I said Ratan Tata. Okay, but we are going to build one for Stan Lee, a tribute page for Stan Lee, and we can make it look this way, or if we don't want to, we don't need to make it look this way. But what I can do is, let me change it step by step. So let's change the name first. So I'll go here and I will change the name first, and then we'll get there. So instead of Dr. Norman, I'll write Stan Lee. We have Stan Lee's text. Great. I can close this tribute page, the template now, because we've already done a lot of stuff for that. For that, I'll keep ChatGPT on standby because we are going to use it. Now I'll need that on standby too. Then the tribute page, we'll keep it on standby, the tribute page. Anyway, so now we've made it Stan Lee, the man who saved 8 billion lives. What is what is an appropriate title for him? So a man who saved 8 billion lives. Well, he didn't save, he inspired 8 billion lives, I could say. The man, instead of saved, I could write inspired. So inspired 8 billion lives. Well, he did. I can see we have 3 viewers here. Thank you so much for joining, all 3 of you guys, girls, whoever it is. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for your support. And I'll just give you guys, whoever's watching, a quick recap. So in the previous live video, we built this tribute page of Dr. Borlaug and Mr. Norman. And for Mr. Norman, we made this page, a tribute page, using this as our template. Let me zoom out. So this is the page, and we built something like this in here. I just changed Stanley just a few seconds ago, but that's what I built, and you can see that it is almost similar. Of course, there are a few changes here and there. The padding is different, the margin is different, there are a few spaces here and there, but functionally it is correct. So now that I've made it functionally correct, functionally good, I'm going to change the text, and I'm going to change the pictures. So I'm going to change the colors, I'm going to change how it looks, and I'm going to put a few minor tweaks here and there to make it more appropriate for Stan Lee. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So we have Stan Lee, great. Where were we? So we were at Stan Lee, and I made it the man who inspired a billion lives. And here, now this is the image caption, of course. So we should look for an appropriate image. So let me go here. Maybe we'll find a few images. That is a very good image. That was when Stan Lee was in the army, and you can see him drawing something. I don't know what it is, but it is a cartoon of some sort. Let's look for a few more images. That is also a good one. Then that is him as an old man. That's him again. That's him with George W. Bush. Very good. Then that's Fantastic Four. That's it. So I think we're going to take the one with him wearing the glasses. Not this one, not this one. Yes, this one. At a convention. Then I think this is a good image. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to copy the image address. So copy the image address from Wikipedia, and instead of this CD and freeCodeCamp, I'm going to paste an image of my liking. So now we've changed the image. Stan Lee circa 80, and you can see that image has appeared. Of course, we'll change the color later, but you know what, let's focus on the eye, the text and the content first. Okay, so now that we have his image, I'll close this. Oh, I should not have closed that. We also need a caption for the images, so that is good. I'm going to reuse this. Lee speaking at a convention circa 1980. That seems and looks appropriate. That is good. इसका थोड़ा spacing हटा देते हैं. Good. Someone's again at it. If you can hear them, they were not at it. Whoever it was, they are not at it while I was not live. So maybe our timing and their the timing is synchronized. Could be. I'll also give this image element and alt text. That's for the screen readers to understand. So when I press, it will tell me the Lee speaking at a convention. You can see that Lee speaking at a convention. Great. Circa 1980. Good. Now instead of here's a timeline of Dr. Bolang, I'll make it Stan Lee's life. No need. Stan Lee's life. Great. Now, you know what I'll do? I'll go to the tribute page. Now I'm going to use the help of ChatGPT. I'm going to make a timeline for Stan Lee. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it here, and after this I'll press Shift Enter. Make a timeline like this for Stan Lee. So using yeah, using ChatGPT, it will create a timeline for me. And you can see it is going, and it gave us a timeline from his birth till death, 1922. We can also check that for ourselves here. I can press escape, and if we go up, scroll up, you can see from December 28, 1922 to November 12, 2018. You can see 1922 and 18. That is good stuff. Make a timeline like this for Sandy, and it made one. Great. Co-creates Daredevil, this, that, very good stuff. What can we do? So we also want to write the code for this. I don't want to copy here, copy from here, copy from there, copy from here, copy from there, and this and that. I don't want to do that. So what can we do? Wrap the text, wrap the year in a strong element and the rest in a wrap the rest what? Okay. Rest of the statement. Not the rest of the statement. Wrap the statement. So wrap the year in a strong element and the statement in a list element. Do it for each year. Let's see whether what I wrote whether it understands what I wrote, or maybe I made a mistake trying to give that prompt. Whoa, it is writing that. It says born Stanley Martin Lieber. Whoa, okay, it is wrapping that text. It gave me the UL, very cool. So that will save a lot of time for me. That is I can't even know, that will save so much time. So UL list, so now they're going to list it, and the statement, and I did not even write the statement correctly. That was a major typo. That was not even close, but it understood that I'm trying to call it a statement. It is still typing like as we speak, and it is still going 1968, 1966. You can see that 1968 is here. Only 4, 3, 5, 6 statements more to go, and 70 already. What is there? ChatGPT for the win. Very cool, very cool. And it is still trying to finish the thing. It is still generating. It is a long text. It is long. The text is long indeed. That is true. So it will of course take some time. But now we've reached 2000. We are almost there. 2000, 2002, 2008 and 19. Very cool. Marvel Cinematic Universe, I can read that. It is still trying to type. Usually what happens is with earlier models, it was used to be that it wouldn't type this much, it would stop at 1.8, but this thing keeps generating. That is very good. Thank you so much. And I would like to appreciate one of our supporters, Mr. Yogen Shah. He has been helping me. He was the one who introduced me to freeCodeCamp actually. So yeah, thank you so much for showing me freeCodeCamp, and thank you so much for showing me ChatGPT. However much you could. Great. तो ये हमने कॉपी कर लिया है यहाँ से UL list. Now let's see अगर हमें कुछ changes करने पड़ेंगे. You can see that this UL does not have any IDs, any class name, anything really. So what I can do is ये सब मैं हटा के I can just paste it. You can see born Stanley Martin Lieber in New York City, New York, and it has worked very nicely. Now we should also change the Wikipedia page's link from this to Stanley, Borlaug to Stanley. So let's read the link. What does the link say? https:/en.wikipedia.org/wiki/stan_lee. What does this say? https:/en.wikipedia.org. So instead of Norman Borlaug, I'll write Stan_capital Lee. I think that should work. If I click on this, where will this take me? So that's not, it says normally this would take you to another website. It works. This is a link to Stanley. Nice. So it did do that. So now we have a page for Stanley. The only thing left, I think, is the quote. Borlaug's life and achievement. अभी कहाँ से लाएंगे? Someone speaking, but whose quote would be good? Any idea in the comments? Stanley के बारे में किस हम बुलवा सकते हैं? Maybe we can use Chadwick Boseman. Chadwick Boseman was also a great actor. He is the protagonist of the movie Black Panther, of course. So let's see. Chadwick Boseman on Stanley. This way we won't find it. On Stanley, I mean, that is also a term praising Stanley. Or instead of Chadwick Boseman, we could also use George Bush, but I'm not. Then with a musical tribute, or I could just write a quote by Stanley. Chadwick Boseman quote about purpose. Nope, that is not for Stanley. Then that is so Stanley quotes. I've been the luckiest man, and we can see that parade.com has many quotes from Stanley. Of course, the most famous one is with great power comes race responsibility. He made that for his character Spider-Man. It says, here are 100 unforgettable Stanley quotes. I've been the luckiest man in the world because I've had friends, and you have to ask them. I have the right to ask, and to have the right friends is everything. People you can depend on, people who tell you the truth if you ask something. I'm going to use that quote. So if you have time, you should read more. So this text, I'll paste that text here. Remove that. I've been the luckiest man in the world. Great. Instead of Indian Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, Stanley. The man behind Marvel Comics, we could also write that. The man. Why did this stay saved? Why does this say inspire? Interesting. The man who instead. So then, if this says saved, what happened here? I did write inspired, then why does this say saved? Some error, some glitch. The man behind Marvel Comics. There's no change with the preview. Maybe the preview stopped working. Let me open it again. The man who inspired 8 billion lives. But this says man behind Marvel Comics. What is going on with the database? You know what, let me copy all this text. Maybe if we reload the page, something will happen. The instructions can stop. The man behind. This says the man behind, but this says a man who inspired a billion lives. I don't know why that is. And I have finished the tribute page. Of course I have. But why is it so? Oh yeah, obviously, I'm so sorry. This is the title. Obviously there won't be any change. I'm so sorry guys. This is where I'm supposed to change the text, not there. Even if I did, it would be great, but the man behind Marvel Comics. Now, and what does this preview page show me? Stanley. And if you have time, you should read more about this incredible human being on his Wikipedia entry. I've been the luckiest man. Yes. Now let's go change the style. So using the inspect element, I will first, what color can we give? I think we should give it a darker tone. Stanley. So we'll go to styles.css. We'll make the body's color AK333, right? We'll make this appropriate. So Spider-Man style. I'm going to make this red, but what shade of red? So wine red, will that work? Let's see. I could also use orange red. That's for the font. Okay, so I'll cut this. Yes. Okay, for the background color, not this then. For the main element, we're going to set some background color from EEE to this orange red. You can see that has changed it drastically. And for the text, we should look for a color that is a shade of green. Maybe what I'm going to write green itself. Yeah, that doesn't do it justice. We need another shade of red that would maybe this does look good. It does actually look good. Now if I could change the color of this div, maybe let's change it to some other color, and that should give us a better look. What color? So I want a transparent but lighter shade of red. So it should be in the, which element is this? Image div. Yes, image div. This is the image div, and the background color we can see is white. So I'm going to write RGBA. I'm also going to make it, I will also make it transparent, a little bit transparent. So क्या करेंगे? RGBA को let's start with red, more red, less green and less blue, and this at 0.7. Okay, that's what it looks like. It is very brown. What is the hex code of orange red? Let's find out. So orange red hex code. I should not have orange red hex color. Instead of hex, I should have write RGB code. RGB is 255, 83 and 73. So let's play with that. 255. Okay. 255. Or what was this? 83 and 73. So 83 and 73. But the opacity is different, so it will look different. You could also get a complementary color, so orange red. Let's look for a complementary color. Orange red's complementary color is blue green. What is blue green's code? So RGB code. So blue green is 13, 152, 186. 13, 152, 86. Is that the one? 186, not 86. I can leave that now. So that's what it looks like. That is extremely dull. Nope, I'm not going to take that. I need a, maybe let's change this from red to orange to red. That is a good version of red, and the text should be white, not black, definitely not whiter. Okay, that creates a contrast that I should not have played with. You know what, I'm going to make this black. Nope, that would make it actually. What colors do we usually see Stan Lee in? So Stan Lee, of course, if I could put a web, that would do wonders. That is Stan Lee, and we can see he's usually in his green sweater more. Of course, he also wears this, but that is a common thing apparently in the comics too. This is probably a comic strip. He has a green sweater. Something, yeah, again, New York Times article, he is also wearing the green. So I'm going to keep the green color and remove the red. So I'll copy this and I'll paste it here. Instead of 0.7%, I'll remove this. RGB will stay RGB, alpha channel needs. Okay. Of course, now this page looks like someone made it with some kid made this page because of all the colors. And now this Wikipedia entry, it looks very dull. So what I can do is, after it's been visited, I can change this. The color will look much darker. The text does come out in green, and what I can do is I'll also decrease the opacity of this thing. Well, decrease the opacity in this case, 0.1%. It's almost there, but it's also not almost there. 0.1, it could also be 0.4, much better. Good stuff. So this is what I built with Stan Lee. Let's also give it some border so it looks more like it. So border hyphen radius 5 pixels, this. Also give the image itself a border radius. So now we have the images borders too, and that's Stan Lee. Good stuff. Of course, yeah, this is not what I would ideally want, but we are building a page. Maybe we'll learn more in the next few steps. What if I were to change the width of this image div? Padding वाडिंग सब तो ठीक है. Width को अभी हम थोड़ा 50% कर देता हूँ. क्या होगा? Oh my god, that. And then AUTO auto. What? Well, from the top and the left it should be, but what? Then make that auto, then it wouldn't make sense. With left, yeah, with left isn't the thing. There should be left width. Yeah, left width isn't also a thing. But चलो देखते हैं 0 and AUTO. When I make it auto, it expands itself. I don't want to expand it. So relative to this, let's make this 80%. That did nothing. That also did nothing. Maybe we can play with this in the next video. But for now, I think we are done with this page. You can see the borders here, here, here. If there's no width, that means that this container, I can change anything and it will change with it. So width, इसकी मैं width कम कर दूँ तो फिर वो एक line में आ जाएगा. So maybe I make it what? Let's try making it 80% of the page. Yep, it's coming together. Maybe no, instead of 80%, 70%, even more, 50%. Almost there. Yes, I like this. And let's make the image divs with full width. So width to be LETH 100%. Oh my god. So margin 0 तो ये it overflows, it doesn't wrap. Probably कुछ image property के साथ भी किया होगा. Nope, that did nothing. Display height, margin. But we can play with this. And right now it's in the center. I think I like this. That is good enough. Of course, in the background we could also give it an image. That would be something that would make the page look much better. चलो डाल देते हैं image. Anyway, it is functionally correct. And if you guys don't want to, you guys can spend time starting the rest of the videos. You can also check out other of my live videos. This will only take a few minutes, but if we are going to style it, let us style it. And in the meanwhile, let me look for an appropriate Stanley image. So I'm looking for a wide image on Google with more marvel than his face, if you know what I mean. So I'll go here and I'll change this to large. So this is what I used. I used a tool, but yeah, when I use the tool, that is a good image. That is a good image. Suddenly shaped into a Marvel legend. I can open this in a new image, a new tab. Maybe not. This wouldn't be a very scaled image. Then I can use this. Maybe if the quality is good. It looks like it's good. Let's try and open it in a new tab and see what it looks like. Okay, it is a 1920 by 1080p pixel. Maybe. Let's find out. What I'm going to do is, for the previous course, I edited some code in the CSS. I put some code in the CSS file, and that helped me put the image in there, and I was able to scroll from up and down. So I'm going to look at that code and give myself some inspiration, give myself an idea how to do it. So I can see that this is what I used the last time to put the image in there, and that's how I got this to work. So let us reuse these properties and change them accordingly to our tribute page. So I'll scroll up and I'll do it after the body element, before the body element. I'll paste this. You can see the before pseudo selector is here, and the moment I do that, I can see that I can still scroll, and in the background we can see the freeCodeCamp image. Oh my god. ये विथ का कुछ करना पड़ेगा, उस पे भी जाते हैं. फर्स्ट लेट मी कॉपी दिस इमेज फॉर एग्जांपल and paste it, and we have Stanley in the background. We can also change the background, but it will look more like the first project. Let me also remove the linear gradient. We don't really need it on top. That is good. That is Stanley in the background. Very good. Very nice. Okay. So then I will close this survey form And there we have it. We have Stanley. If we don't want this color, then we can remove it. I don't think we need to have it. So then I'll remove the green color. Maybe I can increase the opacity by a little to make it more prominent. 0.8. Okay. Now that is an image. That is Stanley, the man behind Marvel Comics. Great. And so we have built this. So that's what I was trying to build. This is amazing stuff. I'll close this. Great. And you see we have this here, all of that and more. And I was going to do something to this page. Maybe I think looking at this, it does look like it's almost perfect. I could make the text a little bit transparent, the main a little bit transparent, and that could do the charm, the magic. अगर इसको मैं क्या करूँगा 0.5% कर दूँगा. You can see that it does not look good. Or if I make this 8%, just like the previous one, that is also not very nice. 0.9, I think 0.9 looks good. Here's the timeline of Stanley's life, and the image stays in the background, but we can scroll this object. Nice. Wikipedia entry, the color is good. I could also make this white. You know what, let's make this white. White के लिए क्या करेंगे 255. And after this I'm going to stop, because then I will try to give myself more reasons to do it. इस text का color बिगड़ गया है. Not Command Z. Leave this be. 0.8 and 0.9. We are good. We have built a tribute page for Stan Lee, the man behind Marvel Comics, and we've also set the timeline. Here's the timeline of Stan Lee's life. Good stuff. We have a quote, we have this, we have a Wikipedia page. We are good to go to the next certification project. I sure hope the next certification project will not be as fruitful as this, or maybe it could be very fruitful, as fruitful as this. So hopefully, let us begin. So I'll press Command S to save my code, and I'll press Command Enter to check whether we haven't messed anything up. I'll download my solution. Yep, it has been downloaded. I will go to the next challenge. If I go to the next challenge, it will ask me to create a balance sheet, which we are not going to do now. I'll close this. We've already finished creating a balance sheet. Now we are going to build a technical documentation page. I can see that it will, वो बैलेंस शीट का काम आएगा. हमने जो टेबल रो, टेबल हेड, जो जब TDTR का सब यूज़ किया था, वो सारे एलिमेंट्स आने वाले हैं. So let's read this. What does this say? Technical documentation page. This is one of the required projects to earn your certification. For this project, you will build a technical documentation page to serve as instruction or reference for a topic. For a topic, okay. Technical documentation for a topic, okay. And functionally similar to this. So by now we know that we are to finish these tests, and the more tests we give. So in the first test, it didn't ask us to do anything related to the classes, to any type selectors, but I think in this project we'll probably have to do something with the class styles.css file before we pass the test. But nothing to worry about. We will finish all this. You can see that there's only 15 tests to pass, and then we can give it our own personal style, and we can of course choose our own subject. Okay, so moving on. I just move the table a little bit. So let's look at the technical documentation page and start with it. Oh my god, so that is what we are going to build. Wow. Okay, if I click on this, oh yeah, we came across this. Oh my god, are we to, oh yeah, exactly, that's why they ask us to make it something that is functionally similar to. But I'm sure, yeah, if you're building a page, if you have a product and you are building documentation, then this will come in handy. Wow. This will take years and months. I will see you guys back in a few days, maybe a few months, before we finish this project at least. Oh my god, is that it? And I think, yeah, so introduction is this, what you should already know is this, JavaScript in Java, hello world. So it takes us to the topics, moves us from one topic to another. We learned about that in the HTML CSS quiz. I think that is what we did before this technical documentation page. So it will jump to that, and you can see that it is not a smooth, it is the default option. तो मैं इस पे जब click करता हूँ तो then it doesn't scroll smoothly. The scroll function isn't given the smooth value. It is whatever the default value is, which is it jumps because you want it responsive to be. We want it to be responsive probably. Okay. And you can see that let me just zoom in. That is much better. So let us begin with the beginning. We have this text, then that's another paragraph tag, then there's an unordered list. Okay, good. Another unordered list. Okay, this guy assumes we have the following basic background. This is a p element. Inside the p element we probably have the list, or after the p element probably. What you should already know, all of them are, I think, a what are they? They're all titles with either h1 or h2 tags probably, or they could be p tags with a separate class, that this class has this p tag has this class, and this p tag is a different class. I don't know, but my best guess is in h1 would do it, h1, h2 or h3. But for an h1 this doesn't have the font weight, so maybe not, let us find out. And you can see the color of this text is different than this. This is more black and this is more gray. So JavaScript and Java, and we have the header menu over here on the left instead of on top. So this always stays here. So whatever I scroll will only be scrolled here, will only show the effect here. जो left में वो कुछ change नहीं होगा. That is very cool. And at the end it is there of course is a reference. So of course, if I can make this will be very cool. I would be flattered. I do want to find out whether I can make this one menu element. Wow, that is very cool. List भी बनाई थी. I think we are going to reuse heavily going to reuse the code from the HTML and CSS quiz, because that also had a list of all these things, these what I would say topics, and they would link them to this topic introduction, then what you should already know, JavaScript and Java, hello world, variables and this and that. And you can see on top we have a title, JS documentation. That's probably the title of this page, the H1, and this is probably H2. Okay, let us begin. Very cool. And it is 46 minutes. So when this timer starts and we will start working on this project will probably take us some time, at least 2 hours, maybe more. 3 hours, 4 more hours. Let us see how much we spent behind this. I think it's what? It's 3 o'clock. 5 बजे 5:30 बजे तक ये होना चाहिए. Okay. So first, of course, we will put the boilerplate HTML code. So we'll put the declaration. So doc type. Doc. That is not doc. Seriously, doc type HTML in this. There, paste that / HTML के अंदर लिखेंगे head, closing head, opening body tag, body, closing body tag, then in the head tag we will put the meta elements. So the first meta element is char set equals UTF-8. I'll close that. Then the meta element with the name viewport and the content as width equals device -width initial -scale set to 1.0. So now we have the meta tags. I'll also link the CSS file. They've already given us this text, so I don't need to really copy that, write all of that. Paste it. We have linked the styles.css file now. We will also give it a title element. This is for a technical documentation page of JavaScript. Where did they get this is my question. All the documentation page is taken from MDN, so probably Mozilla documentation. And I was right. You can see mozilla.org. MDN is Mozilla, probably DN. अरे बाप रे, इन्होंने ये सब इसमें से सब उठाया. Which page is it? Introduction. इसका JavaScript overview introduction. What you should already know, where to find JavaScript information. So they have taken tidbits from everywhere, short bits from everywhere. For me to do all of that would take a lot of time. So we will first try to build this JS itself, this JS page itself, and then go ahead with it. Okay, go ahead with creating another one if we think we can find some documentation, or we could just copy and paste all of that. Okay, so title, this is okay, JS documentation it is. Okay, so JS documentation, we have the title. Preview doesn't need to be here for now. Title, link, meta element. Are we missing something? Yes, no, maybe not. Let's see. So you should have a main element. उन्होंने तो ये सब स्टैंडर्ड boilerplate तो हमें डालना ही है. उसके बाद ही वो काम की बात शुरू करेंगे. तो अभी बॉडी के अंदर जाएंगे. You should have a main element with an ID of main doc. Main element. So पहले तो मैं div बना देता हूँ. इस जो भी करना हम लोग सब क्लास कंटेनर के साथ करेंगे. So container div, yes. जो भी काम करेंगे सब इसके अंदर होने वाला है. And we're going to, you should have a main element. So main is in fact an element with an ID of main doc. So ID main hyphen doc code. Main is closed now. You should have at least 5 section elements with a class of main section. So we main के अंदर हम लोग 5 section elements बनाएंगे. At least 5, that means probably these sections. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, the scroll stopped working. 3, 6, 9, 12 and 14. So we're going to make 14 section because why not? Well, we are going to make all of this, so why not? Hopefully with a class of main hyphen section. So class main hyphen section. Are there any typos? All your dot main section, which is this. Okay, all should be section elements. Yes, I have ensured that. You should have at least 5 main sections that are descendants of main doc. Okay, none of your header elements should be empty. Oh, header. Yeah, we are also going to use header. तो header elements probably इसके अंदर होंगे, तो header भी डाल ही देते हैं. So header opening and closing tag. None of your header elements should be empty. Okay, all your main section elements should have an ID. हर एक का ID. All of your main hyphen section elements. ID, what ID will we give it? हाँ नहीं, हर एक का अलग अलग होगा. एक का introduction होगा, एक का what you should already know होगा. Like yeah, they'll have different IDs. First will be given an ID of intro. Okay. None of your header elements should be empty. हाँ वो ठीक है, उसका भी ध्यान रख लेंगे. All of your main section elements should have an ID. Okay. Each main section should have an ID that matches the text of its first child. Okay. Having any space in the child's text replaced with underscores for the IDs. This is all CSS. You know what? Yeah, this is going to get a lot complicated. I'm going to lose my head and I love it already. So let's first decide what 14 of them. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Of course the ID for all of them will be different, and I will nope, we have 14 of them. Ready? Okay. Now what, quickly let me change this. So introduction, what you should already know. Prerequisite, the ID should be prerequisite, because you should already know. JavaScript and Java, so JS, Java. Are the rest of them also as difficult as this? JavaScript and Java are, so JS versus J. That is a good. Okay, so I'll write JS VJ. Hello world. Variables and declaring variables. That is quite variables. Declaring hyphen variables. Variable scope. Oh my god. Yeah, we better use hyphens. Variable scope. Global variables. GB variables. Yeah. So GB hyphen variables. Could have also written constants, data types. Then if else, if hyphen else, not ID hyphen else, while, function and reference. Come on, why are you not? That is the weirdest way a mouse has behaved. Let me, okay. While, function, not function, function, and last is reference. Okay, so we have at least 5 section elements now. Okay, with a class of main selection. ठीक है, सबको class value दे दी. All your main section elements should be section elements. All of them are section elements. You should have at least 5. Okay, main section elements that are descendants of main doc. हाँ, तो जितने भी हैं वो सब descendants होने चाहिए of main, which is true. The first child of each main section should be a header element. So first child मतलब this section के अंदर हम लोग कुछ भी डाल रहे तो उसमें सबसे पहली चीज़ header होनी चाहिए. So the first child, as in anything that's nested, that the first object should be a header. Did I not put a header? I did put a header. You can see that here, and all the headers are empty. And also, actually, once again. Hello, hi Mr. Nitish, Kim Cho, how are you? Thank you for watching. So we are creating this page. हम ये documentation page को recreate कर रहे हैं. Well, recreate कर रहे हैं क्योंकि this is very good actually, and I don't know how to I don't even know where to start. I wouldn't know where to start अगर मुझे ऐसा कुछ पेज बनाना है तो. So I'm going to edit that. मजामा bro, very good, thank you. Keep watching, keep learning. मैं भी HTML कोड एडिट कर रहा हूँ, मैं भी HTML कोड को सीख रहा हूँ. I'm doing this freeCodeCamp course. So stay tuned and keep reading, keep seeing what I try to figure out. Okay, now so we are on section elements. Okay, all your domain sections should have an ID. All of them have an ID. None of your header elements should be empty. Obviously they should have a header with the text. Let us begin. I hope there is a better way, and I think I know what better way that is. Oh, by the way, we are already in the body element, so let us see what it looks like. We have the first header, then we have the second header. There is the line break. हमेशा copy करना है. So 3 copy. Yeah, okay. Then we go to the next header, that is the main section. We can see that should not be the, all of them are the main section. This is the IDJS VJ versus Java, which means JavaScript versus Java. That's what I thought when I saw this. Then we go to the next header element where I paste the hello world. Again it copies the line break, variable. Very good. What are these? Variable scope. You can close that. Nope. We are to first copy and paste declaring variables. So यहाँ पे paste कर देंगे. Thank you, Mr. Nitish. We had someone called Mr. Raj. A Mr. called Mr. More. He was very helpful with the previous video. Again it copies the line break, going to the global variables. Global variables यहाँ पे header के अंदर. तो basically you are making sure that the headers are not empty. So if you are going to make sure they're not empty, you might as well not do this. Then we are to data types. I can write data types unless data types is HTML. So then I make T in this is if else statement, if and else, so I'll have to copy that text. Slowly this list is also building up. We have the while statement, again, oh, too quick, and the last header. I can write that. Reference. Nicely done. So we have headers. So now for the first time let us check our code. I'll save my code first. Great. Now let us run the tests. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 we have finished the first 5 tests. Now it says none of your header elements should be empty, and that is not selected, so that means we missed a header somewhere. I can see that in here. हर एक को चेक भी कर लेते हैं, कभी हेडर की जगह पे कुछ और नहीं लिख दिया, उसको कहीं और नहीं लिख दिया क्या. So far so good. I think we are good to check our code. Yes, none of your header elements should be empty, so now they are not empty. Great. Now each dot main section मतलब ये should have an ID that matches the text of its first child. मतलब header का ID should match this, and so on and so forth. Having any spaces in the child's text replaced with underscores for the IDs. क्या? Each main section should have an ID that matches the text of its first child. Okay. Having any spaces in the child's text replaced with underscores for the IDs. Oh, ऐसा चाहिए. Is that what you want to do? Interesting. So then I'll have to change all the ID values. If that's true. It matches the text of its first child. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, that is I think less serious than what I thought. I can do that. I could also have done that, but okay. So header को भी ID देंगे. The same thing what we wrote here. Copy to copy. So I'll first put the ID attribute, and attribute has the value introduction. There we have it. फिर क्या? Then we go to this, what you should already know. So this will have the ID what you should already know. Paste it here. Now they will all be replaced with underscores. What you should already know. Great. फिर क्या? Then we go to this, JavaScript and Java. So यहाँ से उठा के we are not going to move it, तो उठाएंगे नहीं, we will copy it. Okay. Then we go to the next header. We will also give it an ID of variables, not variables. Variables. Good. Then header को ID देंगे again. क्या देंगे? Declare variables. Great. With underscores, so we're replacing every space with an underscore. Then we go to this header. Of course I could finish it with 5. क्या है क्वेश्चन? आई विल रीड द कमेंट. आई वाज स्टम्प्ड. आई वाज जस्ट अ क्वेश्चन. सो हेडर में H1 लिख सकते हैं ना ब्रो? हाँ, बट हम लोग अभी वो H1 यूज़ नहीं कर रहे हैं. वी आर यूजिंग द हेडर एलिमेंट. एक एलिमेंट आता है, उसका नाम है हेडर, और उसको हम यूज़ करने वाले हैं. यू कैन सी दैट. But thank you for your question. और क्या है? What is another question? What is your next question? Let's see. कोड में HTML के अलावा और भी लैंग्वेज जुड़ी है क्या? भाई अगर आप कोड की बात कर रहे हो तो कोड में तो बहुत सारी लैंग्वेजेस हैं. इतनी लैंग्वेजेस है आप जिसके बारे में आप सोच भी नहीं पाए. मुझे भी नहीं पता इतनी सारी लैंग्वेजेस है कोड में. सो आई डोंट नो. बट अगर हम लोग वेब पेज बनाने की बात कर रहे हैं तो अगर आपको वेब पेज बनाना है तो वेब पेज बनाने के लिए HTML ही चाहिए. अगर आपको उसमें स्टाइल्स डालनी है, उसमें एनिमेशन डालना है, या फिर सिर्फ एनिमेशन नहीं, आपको उसका कलर चेंज करना है, उसमें अलग अलग डिज़ाइन लानी है, तो उसमें CSS का इस्तेमाल होता है. CSS, जावास्क्रिप्ट, ये वो जितनी ज़्यादा रिस्पॉन्सिव बनानी है वेबसाइट को उतना CSS, जावा के बारे में तो मैंने भी इतना नहीं पढ़ा. जावा के बारे में मुझे आइडिया नहीं है, बट वो डेटाबेस से रिलेटेड है. तो आपकी शॉपिंग वेबसाइट्स और वो सब में डेटाबेस का यूज़ बहुत होता है. और आपकी शॉपिंग वेबसाइट्स आपने देखी होंगी बहुत अट्रैक्टिव दिखती है. सो यूजिंग CSS द वेबसाइट looks more attractive. It's not that it looks attractive, it would look more attractive using CSS. Then okay, so I'll get back, but thank you for asking. Keep asking more questions. So again we go back to the variable scope. ये ID का क्या हो गया? ये तो कुछ और ही हो गया. Why does this ID look weird? It should be this. Okay. Did I make a mistake anywhere? No. Variable के बाद delete and underscore matches the text of its style. अभी यहाँ पे लिखा है matches the text. इसकी वजह से मैं वेरिएबल को लोअर केस नहीं कर रहा हूँ. I'm not doing that. But global underscore variables. Yeah, then we go to the constant header. For header we write constant CONSTANTS. First we ought to have given it the ID. Okay. Better be capital. Then data types. So ID equals double quotes data hyphen types, not hyphen underscore types. Then we go to header for if else statements. So ID equals if dot else underscore statement. Then we go to this while statement. So ID equals double quotes while underscore statement. Then we use ID equals function. Oh shit, did I copy that? Yes, you did. I did. Okay, no problem. Function underscore declarations. And then for the last one, it is simple. We put the reference as reference. Let us check. I have saved my code. Let us check. None of your header elements should be empty. फिर से अब क्या हुआ? कहीं पे कुछ मिस कर दिया क्या? Yep. Nope. Maybe. Let's see. If none of our elements should be empty, then I have closed this preview. कहीं पे header तो मिल गया. So we have the introduction text. Then this is that text. यही बिगड़ गया. None of your header elements should be empty. Okay. Header with an ID. What you should already know. Then JavaScript and Java with an ID. Inside the header, the text is enter. ये रह गया ना. dot main section, okay, हर एक section should have an ID that matches the text of its first child. Each main section should have an ID. Each dot main section should have an ID, okay, that matches the text of each child, having any spaces in its child. So क्या वो ID section का बनाएंगे? Let's find out. Maybe not. There must be something about this. We have Bihar Panther with us. By BG Music volume कम करो. You know what? Yeah, good idea. मैं थोड़ा कम करता हूँ. Please tell us whether this is good enough. Is this good? Is that good? Please let me know in the comments. Okay. Shock. We could of course not do this for all 14 of them. We could of course finish this functionally and then go about our business, play with this. So then that will save our time a lot. But I want to make this look like this. Make our page look like this. ऐसा बनाना है. So then we do what we have to do. We make the mistakes we need to make. So भी ये पूरा ID section इससे अच्छा ये कट करते हैं ना. हाँ. I'm going to cut this. That should work. दो ID कैसे डालेंगे? Wait a second. Think. It already has an ID intro. Are we to also add another intro? Can IDs like classes take double values to different values? What is going on? Let's try to decipher what this is trying to say. Each dot main section. तो भाई ये each dot main section मतलब जितने भी main section elements है, क्लास है, should have an ID. ठीक है, हर एक ID तो है, that matches the text of the first child. So are we to change this to introduction? Is that what you want us to do? I don't know. Let's find out. Let us see what we think we no. Let's find out. क्या करेंगे? इसको हटाना है, इसको कट करना है और यहाँ पेस्ट कर देना है. नोप, यहाँ पेस्ट कर देना है. ओके, for each of them. Okay, so we remove this from this here, not even from that. यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक, and then before this we paste the header. Let's find out whether this works or I'm going to have to Control Z all of it. और कम करो भाई, बैकग्राउंड म्यूजिक कम करो. और कम करता हूँ. ठीक है, हाउ अबाउट दिस? अब कैसा लग रहा है? और वो बैकग्राउंड म्यूजिक तो मैं कम कर पाऊँगा. वो तो किसी का कुछ ना कुछ काम चलता ही रहता है. मैं इंडिया है, हम क्या करेंगे अभी? I'm sorry about that, but yeah, I think you'll have to get used to that. But ये म्यूजिक मैंने थोड़ा कम कर दिया है, so I think you should have a better experience now. Okay, we were at ये हमने कर दिया. इसका ID मूव कर दिया, इसका ID मूव कर दिया, इसका ID डिलीट किया बट मूव नहीं किया. Yes, then remove that. can remove this part and then I paste it here. Okay, then we go to this section, इतना पूरा हटा देंगे. Oh, that was not bad. We paste the line here. Then we go to this, यहाँ से यहाँ तक. We paste it here. Then we remove this ID and I paste the value here. बाप रे कितना दिमाग. Definitely 2 घंटे तो जाने वाले इसमें. Okay. But you can see we don't have many steps. ये अगर हमने finish कर दिया इतना, so even if this looks weird, we will have accomplished the task. Of course, I won't leave it that way. I will try to accomplish what this looks like. But functionally तो इतना ख़त्म करके खड़े होंगे. So where were we? Header ये कर दिया, ID constants. बाप रे. Then we what? यहाँ पे थे, so ये हटा देंगे. Then we remove this again. That will cause us less headaches in the future, I hope. ID. How about this now? बिहार पैंथर. How about this? क्या लग रहा है? साउंड बराबर है? अभी बैकग्राउंड म्यूजिक थोड़ा कम लग रहा है, क्या लगा, मतलब ज़्यादा लग रहा है, कम लग रहा है, क्या है बताइए. सो नाउ वी वर इन व्हाइल स्टेटमेंट. ठीक है, इसको भी कर दिया. यहाँ से बाकी है. सो रिमूव दिस. ग्रेट. नाउ द लास्ट वन. अरे बाप रे, अभी भी नहीं आया. Oh God, what are you even talking about? What are you saying? Each dot main section should have an ID that matches the text of its first child. Text of its first child. This is the text of its first child. If ... else statement. अभी क्या मैं delete button दबाऊँ? नहीं. I'll have to check all the sections then. Matches the text. Yes, it matches the text of its first child. Okay. Each dot main section element. Spacing भी दे दी. ID introduction. ID what you should already know. Then JavaScript and Java. Hello world. Variables. Declaring variables. Variable scope. Global variables. That is that is not in capital. Constant data types. Then if else statement. While statement. Function declarations. Reference. अभी देखते हैं. अभी भी टिक मार्क नहीं है, तो कुछ और भी मिस हो रहा है. एक और बार दिमाग दौड़ाते हैं. Each dot main selection should have an ID that matches the text of its first child. Should have an ID which matches ID की value the text of its first child. Having any spaces in the child's text replaced with underscores. तो जितना भी स्पेस है इन द टेक्स्ट वो अंडरस्कोर्स के साथ रिप्लेस हो जाना चाहिए. JavaScript in Java, you can see that what you should already know, spacing है और उसकी जगह हमने अंडरस्कोर्स डाल दिया है. What am I missing? और एक का स्पेलिंग चेक करें. For the IDs. You should have at least 10p elements total within your main elements, within your main section elements. अच्छा हाँ, कुछ में 2 होंगे, कुछ में 1 होगा वैसे. So this would have 1 2 3 4 sorry 2 and then 2 of these and then 1 and then this. हाँ तो उसमें लगेगा, बट वो मिला के 1 होना चाहिए. Oh, you are kidding me. This will prove to be a very good headache. You know what guys, enjoy the music for a few minutes. मैं जल्दी से थोड़ा पानी पी के आता हूँ, थोड़ा दिमाग दौड़ाने के लिए थोड़ा रिफ्रेश करके आता हूँ. Welcome back guys, let us continue from where we left off. We were supposed to find out why the main section thing is not why are we not passing the main section test. So let us check whether we have whether we made a mistake or did something. So I'm trying to understand what the statement is. Maybe what I did is incorrect and the statement means something else. So let's see. Each dot means section. So each dot means section, that means all of them. So dot means section. Let me lower the volume for you guys. Yeah. So each dot means section should have an ID. So dot main जो class है, वो जो एलिमेंट है, जो सेक्शन है, उसको एक आईडी होना चाहिए. हर एक को एक आईडी होना चाहिए, which is this ID for all of them. Of course for all of them it will be different. That matches, the way match करता है किसको, the text of its first child. In this case the first child is the header element this, and it should match, the ID value should match this. Is my interpretation correct? So you know what, I'm going to, if that's true, and what else does it say? Having any spaces in the child's text replaced with underscores. भाई अगर कोई भी टेक्स्ट होगा जिसमें स्पेसेस होंगे तो वो स्पेसेस रिप्लेस हो जाएंगे अंडरस्कोर्स के साथ. ओके, नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू गो section by section. They've asked us to make at least 5 sections. and we've made 14 sections. So then I'm thinking maybe just because there's a lot of data, I can't seem to find a mistake. But you know what, I'm going to go through all of that, क्योंकि अगर रियल लाइफ में तो यार इतने लंबे लंबे डॉक्यूमेंटेशन ही बनाने आएंगे, एंड यू नो वी कैन नॉट बी वेस्टिंग टाइम. सो यहाँ पे शॉर्टकट मार लिए तो क्या हो जाएगा, या बट रियल लाइफ में शॉर्टकट मारेंगे तो तकलीफ होंगी. सो इंट्रोडक्शन द स्पेलिंग इज़ करेक्ट. what you should already know, correct, in the section class. Okay, and in the preview we can also see the text header. Okay, and it also says the first child of each should be a header element, so we already have a header element. So what do you have a problem, man? What is your problem? Okay, should have an ID that matches the rest of its first child, each having spaces. हाँ तो ठीक है. Okay, JavaScript, JAVA, then S capital script and underscore Java, good. Then hello world, hello space, comma space. Then variables, then declaring variables, spelling is also correct, the same. Variable scope, yes. Global variables, yes. VVGG, okay. Constants, data types, if else statement, main selection, while statement, function declarations. What is wrong? What is it? Maybe if I read the stories that will make more sense. Maybe, let's find out. So ऊपर जाते हैं. You can see a main element with a corresponding ID. Main element ID, main doc. We can, which contains the page's main content. Yes, within the main doc element you can see several section elements, each with a class of main section. Yes, there should be a minimum of 5. Yes, the first element within each should be a header element. Yes, should be which contains text that describes the topic of that section. It does. Each section element with the class, each section element with the class of main selection should also have an ID that corresponds with the text of each header contained within it. Any spaces should be replaced with underscores. The section that contains the header JavaScript in Java, it should look like this. Exactly. They've also given us an example, and that's what we've followed. I do not follow whether I made a mistake. Now that this user story is saying this, I think I should have faith and check whether I have made any mistakes. और ये मुझे if में कुछ ना कुछ गड़बड़ लग ही रहा है. I'm going to, you know what, instead of if dot I'm going to write if slash else. Maybe that will help us do something. Maybe that will help us get it. नहीं, अरे बाप रे, ये तो आई हो गया. Sorry, I obviously. Nope. So there is still an error somewhere. Maybe if I do this, थोड़ा और क्लियर देखेगा. हाँ, चलो एंटर मार के थोड़ा उसको और क्लियर करते हैं. Section, and then the header section again, backspace. I'm pressing enter so that I can see a pattern somewhere. Oh god. Oh yeah, what happened to you? Achha, okay, now we are in the first section. First section is the class main section and ID introduction, and the section, the opening tag ends here. ID, I is small, equals to, and in double quotes INTRODUCTION, 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 and that is the text, that is the ID. What is wrong? What don't I see that you do? ये रहा. ID then corresponds to the text of each header contained within it. Corresponds with the text of each header contained within it, and spaces should be replaced with underscores. So the section that contains the header should have a corresponding ID. What are we not doing right? You know what? I'm going to check my code again. So JavaScript in Java, उस पे भी जाते हैं. And they've also given us an example. Are we to link them together? Is that what we have to do? अगर मैं यहाँ पे header का भी ID लिखूँ और section में भी ID लिखूँ, will that help us? Is that what we are to do? Doesn't mention that. But yeah, it doesn't mention a lot of things, like it didn't mention the doc type declaration. So I mean, it wants us to understand and learn, so maybe this is their way. So class, and then class has the ID, what you should already know. कोई स्पेस नहीं है नो के बाद या फिर W के बाद, W कैपिटल है, and the rest is low in lower case, and the spaces have been converted to underscores. Yeah. Then we go to the next section. Next section, J capital, S capital, and J capital again. The rest is small, and instead of spaces we have underscores for the ID. That is also correct. फिर क्या है ये? अच्छा, एक लाइन में सेक्शन है, that is also good. We can also make it look that way. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Next section, it has the ID hello world, and the first child is header, and header has the text hello world, H capital, the rest is small, and underscore. Variables, no spaces, so no underscores. V capital, good to go. Declaring variables, also good to go. सबकी ID भी बराबर है. Header भी open करते हैं, close करते हैं. The color is also, like, it's not weird. The color doesn't look weird. अगर मैं ये करता हूँ तो color change हो जाता है immediately line का. So declaring, yeah, variables, variable scope, global variables, constants, data types. If slash else, इसको change करते हैं, no problem. We'll make this. If slash else statement, there shouldn't be a slash really, but I'm making it so that I can see whether it has a problem with dots. Then data types, if else space statement. You know what, let's keep it simple. If else statement, अरे हाँ, यहाँ पे तो space डालेंगे. Then while statement, function declarations, and reference. What do you have now? What problem do you have? Are we also to mention the ID in the header? Let's find out whether we should, whether we shouldn't. मैं क्या करूँगा यहाँ पे तो, हाँ ठीक है, सब यहाँ पे ही करना है. I'll also copy this. Wow, there is some wind. Of course we cannot do that. हर एक का आइडिया अलग होगा ना. copy that. अगर ये काम कर गया तो खत्म काम. Then we can go to the next test. Great. Inside the header. Hopefully that does the trick. If it doesn't, then we're gonna have a good headache for us. Will not with us, for us, of us. नहीं, अभी भी नहीं. What? Why? This really makes me think whether I should have made 14 sections and not at least 5 sections. Okay. Now, did we make a mistake copying and pasting? I hope not. I didn't. I can see that. Or maybe I did. Let's read this. Maybe we can't get it. Maybe what we are thinking and what we are reading is incorrect. According to the ID, it literally says JavaScript and Java. That's what I've written here. कहाँ गया ये रहा, JavaScript and Java. So what are you not getting? You know what? I'm going to refresh the page and see whether I was wrong or whether there was an error with the thing. I don't need the preview. Let us run our tests. Okay. It still says each main section. Each main section. Let's go with one section, one by one. अब इनको 5 चाहिए ना. I can cut that text and I'll paste it in the notepad. But if we are to do this for only 5, अगर ये 5 ख़त्म करके करना है तो फिर मैंने जितने वो कॉपी करे उसमें मैं वो मूव कर दूंगा. You can see that appeared. Where are the notes? What happened to the notes? Yep, okay. That happened. So why are you hiding over there? Okay. So so what did they say? They need at least 5 main section elements. Okay, so 1 2 what you should, okay, ठीक है, what you should already know, yeah, no problem, we'll keep it. So 1 2 3, so that's 2 1 and 2, then we have 3, then we have the 4th, then we have the 5th, and then at least 5. So for now I will cut these away. So let's check again. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Good. And I will paste the rest of them here. So when I come back, whatever changes I need to make, I can change it. I can play with these changes here. Okay. Tick mark aa gaya hai. Okay. So there was something wrong with the rest of the sections. You know what? I'm going to go one by one and check that. What I meant is, suddenly this got this verified it. So after variables there seems to be a problem, or maybe in one of these sections there is a problem. Let us find out what that problem is. Why is that? Okay, no problem. चलो एक एक करके जाते हैं. Let's take this section first. So command X, enter, command V. Okay, that is one section class. Let's see, we are good. ये if else पे ही जाके छोड़ेगा क्या? We are still good. We are still good. Constants. We are still good. Every main should have that. Great. If else का है? If else exactly इसके बाद है. Okay. Still tick mark. Still tick mark. Still a tick mark. That will be amazing. कुछ आया. इसके बाद है, इसमें कोई तकलीफ है. Obviously. Oh my god. Oh, I see the mistake. It is function, not function. So that was a headache. I can quickly bring them over the moment I do this. Now we will have a tick mark, obviously. Function. Obviously it didn't work because it was function. Okay, great. We have finished. We have crossed that obstacle. You should have at least 10p elements total within your main section elements. At least 10p. It will be different for each of them, but सबको मिला के at least 10 होने ही चाहिए. Okay. If we are taking this, then you know we can go crazy. ये सब उठाते हैं. इसमें कितने हैं? 1, 2, 2p एलिमेंट्स है. इसके बाद एक अनऑर्डर लिस्ट है जिसमें 2 लिस्ट आइटम्स है. फिर ये p एलिमेंट्स है. फिर अनऑर्डर लिस्ट with 3 items. So let's start with p first. Let us accomplish this test first. Oh my god, there's more. Allah. I need to keep scrolling. Why does the scroll take slow to respond? You should have at least 5 code elements that are descendants of main section elements. So now there is another element called code. Interesting. You should have at least 5 li elements that are descendants of main section elements. That are descendants, मतलब उसके अंदर होने चाहिए. You should have a nav element with an ID of nav bar. हाँ, क्योंकि हम लोग navigation bar भी बनाने वाले हैं. You should have at least one A element with a class of nav link. That is probably for the reference. I can understand. All of your nav link elements should be in the nav bar, of course. You should have the same number of nav link and not main section oh my god, yes, of course. Yes, we should. Yes, the header element in the nav bar. Okay, so yeah, all these steps will take some time. Oh my god, all of these steps will take some time to get. So we better start now. Now you should have at least 10 p elements within your dot main hyphen section elements. Okay, so you should have at least 10 p elements. Yeah, in this case, yeah, you know what, no problem. And because the header is the main element, the p's will come next. So यहाँ से शुरू करेंगे, इसके अंदर एक और enter 10 p elements, not in each. 10 p elements उठा लेते हैं, कॉपी कर लेते हैं. Why do you copy the line break, man? I didn't even ask for it. In the P, again when I use triple click, it will automatically copy the line break. Do not worry, it happens. After that, introduction. For example, के बाद हम डालेंगे अभी list elements which will have some indentation. I have a phone call, just a second guys. Hello. Sorry about that, that was some company phone call. Anyway, we can continue with this. So we were at P. Yeah, we will add two, so one on order list. In that we will also add two list elements, so that will in itself take care of the list elements as well. The 5 code elements क्या है वो समझ नहीं आ रहा, maybe we'll find out later. li okay. Okay, कितने चाहिए? 2 लिस्ट एलिमेंट्स चाहिए ना, 2 स्टेटमेंट्स है. स्पेसिंग प्लीज. I can reuse them. Then we go to what you should already know, that needs 1p and 3 list elements, so we can reuse them over there. और फिर इसमें मैं भर दूंगा, I can populate that. Then I can reuse this list anywhere in the. Okay, there is none. There is none. Is there one? At least data types में. हाँ ठीक है, चलो देख करके जाते हैं. So we have one in data types. A list is required in data types. Oh, list के अंदर list item. Very cool. We'll also do that. So first is of course introduction. Introduction में list चाहिए. फिर ये क्या है? ये what you should already know में list चाहिए. एक एक करके डाल ही देते हैं. So after the header, great, someone's already okay. Then what else? हाँ उसमें पी भी डाले दे तभी जा ही रहे तो okay. Then we go to the next step. Yeah, of course we'll also add another third list element, but for later. Then where do we go? So abhi kahan hai? Now we go to data types. Where is data types, global variables, JavaScript, hello world, variables, declaring variables, constant data types. Yes, in here we have another list. Great. And inside that there will also be a few more list items. We will get there. Probably इसके बाद होनी चाहिए अगर मैं यहाँ पर list item बनाता हूँ. Will that be a subsection? The code gets lost. I'll also find out how to do that. How indentation doesn't do it, but we can find out how. हाँ तो उसके अंदर हम लोग छोटी लिस्ट भी बना देंगे. Not a problem. We'll use Google for that when we get to this section, but for now we can leave that. इसमें बना के रखते हैं ये पेज को. This is what the page looks like now. Anyway, so far so good. Then we go to the next. Let's find out और कोई है लिस्ट, किसी और को लिस्ट चाहिए लिस्ट चाहिए. Let's see. Nope, no list needed. Okay, यहाँ पे इतने लिस्ट चाहिए थी. तो हमने फर्स्ट सेक्शन बना दिया. जावास्क्रिप्ट इज ए क्रॉस प्लेटफॉर्म. होम बटन इज ए क्रॉस प्लेटफॉर्म ऑब्जेक्ट ओरिएंटेड स्क्रिप्टिंग लैंग्वेज. यप, व्हाटएवर, लाइब्रेरी, ये सब ऑब्जेक्ट्स फॉर एग्जांपल. फिर ये है, फिर उसकी दो लिस्ट आइटम्स आती है. दिस इज द लिस्ट आइटम. You know what? Yeah, I should move this here. हाँ, इसको मैं क्या resize कर देता हूँ. Yes, that is good. That is good. Viewport में अलग अलग दिख जाता है. That is good. ये कैसे बनाएंगे पता नहीं. We should know. This is that line. Copy. In the list item we paste that. Of course, without question you can know that when we use the triple click option it will also copy the line break. Like that's a given. And when we paste it, it will paste the line break. In this case I use the shift and the left mouse button click to avoid that. And this is what it looks like now. ठीक है, चलो. ना कुछ गलती आएगी तो समझ आ जाएगा. Then we go to the next element, the next section, what you should already know. ठीक है. So for the first p tag we will use this. Again, that, yeah, how is that even possible? Then we copy from here and here. From here till here. Okay. Oh, come on. What if I copy from here till here? Okay, let's see. Then we press this and oh, okay, गलती कर दी. ठीक है. It should be in this p tag. This line I meant. And you can also of course copy it that way. So many clicks. I'm going to what? some programming experience. If you are new to programming, try one of the tutorials linked on the main page about JavaScript. Great. That's the page. That's what it looks like now. No, nothing CSS. Great. Now we go to the next section, JavaScript in Java. 1, 2, 3, 3p elements. When after the header, so 3p elements, closing p, copy, paste, 3p elements at your service. I could also do it this way, where I copy all 3 of them and I paste all three of them here. That's good. और मुझे ओपनिंग और क्लोजिंग टाइम्स मूव करना है लिटरली. So yeah, or I could just type them. Yeah. Why is that dot here? I would never know. Then we go to hello. Oh, did I miss hello world or did I? Oh, okay. Yeah. ठीक है चलो. I can do is, yeah, I can do that. Good. So now ये सब हमने JavaScript में मूव कर दिया. Cool, very cool, very cool, very cool indeed. You can see that JavaScript in Java, hello world. Very cool indeed, indeed, indeed. Okay. Now we go to the next section. This is hello world. Hello world for the first time uses an element which I have never come across before, I've never come across before, is the code element. Where is it? So ये 5 code elements बता रहा है, but yeah, that means we are going to use an element called code. तो by default उसके कुछ setting वेटिंग होते होंगे और फिर वो हम लोग CSS में edit कर सकते होंगे. So what does this say? First we have to put a p tag, close the p tag. Inside this thing we will write this. Okay. Good. Now we will give it a code tag. I don't know whether codes are self-closing or not, but I think they should be self-closing. Okay. और ये 2 lines है. ये 2 lines कैसे दिखाएंगे कोई आइडिया नहीं है. Let's see. Okay. What does code by itself look like? That's what it looks like. How do we put line breaks? Can we do that? Let's see. यार इसका full screen ही करना पड़ेगा. Can't move the window. Or if I write /n. Nope, that is also text. Or sorry, not /n, /br. Nope, that is also a part of the text. And that will also be text. Stupid of me. क्या करेंगे? What if I put a br tag in his? Will that do? That did the job. Nice. कितने कोड्स चाहिए, चलो हाँ एक कोड एलिमेंट के अंदर ये 2 चाहिए थे, ठीक है डाल दिया, कूल। देन वी गो टू द नेक्स्ट सेक्शन, सेक्शन क्लास मेन सिलेक्शन, मेन सेक्शन में जाते हैं चलो, विच इज़ व्हाट द वेरिएबल्स। We will of course add in an opening p tag and closing p tag. Inside the opening and the closing p tag we will put this text, which will also have 2 line breaks, because why not, come on। और क्या, अच्छा 3 और 2 और, ठीक है। Good, that's what the preview looks like. It is all coming together. Of course header को हमने कुछ बार बार नहीं दिया है, we haven't done anything to the header yet, but we will get there. Now we go to declaring variables p1 2 3 4 5 6 7, so you need 7 p variables. अगर मैं कोड डालता हूँ तो वो लाइन ब्रेक करेगा या लाइन ब्लॉक करेगा, I don't know. Let us experiment. So let's use 1p for all of this. Maybe, okay fine, let's find out. So we go to main section, after the header we write p, close the p, press enter, 1 2 3 कोड आएंगे। सो कोड के अंदर ही आएगा टेक्स्ट, hopefully that does not copy the line. It copied the line break, why not? Yeah, let us not drag and copy, always works. Let y equals 13, okay ठीक है, let y equals 13 full stop. ये आ गया हमारा कोड, you can see that. Okay, let's go line by line. ये तो अलग p लगता है मुझे, I'm going to check inspect right now. ये सब नहीं चाहिए। अच्छा आर्टिकल यूज़ किया उन्होंने, वाह। Well, I could also have used articles, so there's nothing to act about it. But that's 1p, then there's the second p. Oh, okay, so 3 p's, they're using 3 p's for one this, the second this, so section wise for screen readers it would also be very helpful. Okay, I second that. So चलो वो बनाते हैं, and we'll put the line breaks. Yeah, I'm copying and I'm also taking one line break with me. ये आ ही जाता है साला। Then with the keyword variable, for example, so Come on. Oh, come on. Why do you have to? Yeah, but it's not your fault, is it? And after the code, we close the p tag. And then we create another p tag. Inside that we put the text and the code and this. ये दोनों इसके अंदर ही आएंगे if you think about it. Wait a minute. Yeah, that is incorrect. Let's see. गायब हो गया. The syntax. Yes, we need a line break after that. After the code. So now it is a part of a section. Okay. Good. So then I think that is also a different p tag. Nope. That is one p tag and that is another p tag. लेकिन ये है ना. Yes, that is. अच्छा वो तो आर्टिकल के अंदर है. सही है. You can always do that. Then we have a different element. This will also have text, but it will be different. कहाँ गया हमारा? Why did you scroll down so much? Okay. You can declare a variable in 3 ways. I've spent so much time here now. Got. Yes. So you can declare a variable, then in the p, after, for example, we have code, so line break. After the code ends, again a line break. This syntax can be used to declare both local and global variables. And the p tag ends. We begin with another p tag by simply assigning it a value. For example, this. Yes, by simply get a value. For example, this, and then this is always a global variable that is also a part of this text. Okay. By simply assigning it a value. ये क्या है? So x equals 42. ये कोड के बाद लाइन ब्रेक आएगा. And then, oh come on. And then we put this text that by default also copies the line break, because why not? You shouldn't use this variant. Then we go to with the keyword let, that will also copy a line break, but we're beyond that now. Come on, delete it. Oh. BR. Let's reuse that BR after the code ends, and we will also paste some stuff. क्या यार ये टैब्स को भी उठा ही देता है. Great. See the variable scope now. See variable scope below. Great. That is code. That for example. Nope. Yep. Okay. Good. Now we can go to variable scope. So now what? I can see that is one section. Then ये p tag यहाँ पे ख़त्म हो जाता है. फिर ये नया p tag शुरू होता है. फिर ये कोड अंदर. I will have to use inspect again to find out. Okay, ये कोड अलग है, p tag अलग है, then p tag अलग है, and then कोड अलग है. ठीक है. Cool. Now we go to variable scopes. Yes, variable scope. After the header, we're gonna do our magic. So how many p tags? 1, 2, 3. Copy. क्या है और? So yeah, the third and the fourth. So code. Code is easy to copy. I will just do that, and we have the code, and with the line break. And then we have 2 lines of code. Come on, man. Coming along nicely. ये कहाँ है? Why is के बाद nice. And we are done with this section. Nope, not yet. We are also to copy. Or you can see that code आ गया. हाँ उठा ही लेते हैं. अगर ले रहे हैं तो line breaks. Why not? I can really reuse the piece. इसको मैं यहाँ से कट करके यहाँ पे पेस्ट कर दूँगा. The indentation is needed. Then we cut this and we paste it here. Good stuff. That should do it. Yes, variable scope, then the next paragraph, then these 2 code lines of code. Between them will be this. Of course I cannot. Copy, and in the p tag we press paste. Good stuff. Nice. Now we go to global variables. It only has 2 p tags. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Hopefully easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now after the header element ends, we write p tag. 2 paragraphs है ना. Closing p tag, copy, opening p tag, good, consequently, great, consequently, yes. That was global variables. Now we go to constants. In the constants documentation, in the after the header, we start doing code again. This, let's see whether these things are sections. So that is a separate section, a separate section, separate, 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 and separate. Okay, good enough. Yeah, I'm going to copy all of that and edit all of that in here. Let's give it some space. Yeah, I think that's good. So let's begin playing. Okay. Wow. चलो पकड़ते हैं एक करके. U से लेके characters तक. Very good. That is very clear. P. And then close it. Then what do we have next? We have code. Code. Oh, sorry. Is there to be? Yep, there should be. Closing code tag. Yep, that's good. A constant, so that's a new p tag again. Close the p tag. Open the p tag. Close the p tag again. What does this say? The scope, you cannot declare a constant. You cannot declare a constant. That is also another p. Then we have this code with 3 line breaks. Where does it end? Statements के बाद end करता है. Okay, where are the line breaks? This and var g. Then we go to data types. I think we only have 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5 left. It's okay. Now let us copy these. We can see that we have that. Okay. Karte. Let's. Whoa! There is a lot of wind. It immediately moved the tree. It shook the tree, I must say. That was something. Moving on. So yeah, let's see what elements are they nested. Of course they are nested. So this is the P. Then we have the again a P. List के अंदर P बनाया. Okay. LB के अंदर list बनाई. Did you make an unordered list and inside an unordered list? Did you? Let's check the code. Yep, there is an unordered list inside an unordered list. Yep, exactly. So it's a nested unordered list. Okay. And it automatically is. All of this is also an unordered list. Okay. Oh my god. However, ये सब नहीं. अच्छा ये भी बाकी है. Oh. अच्छा however का सब भी बाकी है. I completely overlooked that. So P and what const के बाद है ना, closing p tag, opening code tag. Yes, it should not be in another line, and then this should also be in the closing. This will be the closing code tag. Okay, closing code tag, other value, literally यहाँ पे line break आएगा. So /br, great, and I think it will look like this. Nice. सबको तो देखना ही नहीं है अभी instructions को तो. Wow. However, other attributes, yep, okay. Then we go to data types. Latest ECMA script standard defines data seven data types. Okay. ये लिस्टसेप्शन करने वाले हम लोग अभी. इंसेप्शन. We are literally on data types. Nice. हाँ, इसमें अनऑर्डर लिस्ट करते उसका भी यूज़ करते हैं. I need some space to edit this code. Good. Okay. ये सब की एलिमेंट आएगा. Okay. Delete it. Inside this section. Yeah, if I press header here, this is what it will look like. Good. Sorry. Okay. There are 7 data types. अच्छा, यहाँ से list शुरू हो जाती है. So then this should not be what? Sorry. 6 data types. Oh, अच्छा, okay. I'm going to cut this. I'm going to write all this code again. Bye. बाप रे. So create AUL. Come on, man. Which will end one. अच्छा. ये ऑब्जेक्ट के बाद, yes, ऑब्जेक्ट के बाद. And let's put this in AP tag then. Nice. Okay. So 6 data types that are primitives. Okay. Where's that P? इसके अंदर अभी हम लोग नेक्स्ट करेंगे UL, which will end at immutable. Okay, good. करते हैं, चलो एक एक करके. Boolean true and false, then null, then undefined number, string and symbol. Okay. And you can see it all coming together here. An object will also be a part of this list, but it will be in this UL. हमने लिस्ट को एंड भी नहीं किया. अरे बाप रे. क्लोजिंग li tag प्लीज. Good stuff. Wow. So that list has ended, and you can remove this. Okay. Can perform latest ECMS script. Cool. Now we have 3 other sections left. Now what does this say? So use the if statement to execute a statement if the logical. Okay. We are not to read that yet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now which one of them are? एक है, अच्छा, एक. What? How do you do it? No p tags. Where is the p tag? Where is the p tag? Then there's the text. Simply text. Literally nothing else. Just a text. Then code. Then text. And then code again. And then text again. And then code again. Wow. I could reuse this. That is very cool. No problem. You know what? Yeah. We'll also learn. So now we are in if else statements. We are done with data types. We go to this. I'll keep this handy here. Good. Variables को भी सब कर दिया. हाँ, if else statement. That's where we were. Okay. हाँ, ठीक है, चलो. We go to this now. Yeah, do not be scared with a lot of code. Use the if statement. Let us begin. So now this is a p tag. If I don't want it to be anything, सिर्फ मुझे text रखना है तो भी रख ही सकते हैं. But I will go with this. This is code. Code ends. इसके बीच में कुछ line break है. Let's see. Nope. We go to this condition. अच्छा, ये सब p tag के अंदर है. Interesting. तो क्या करेंगे? Need if statements के end पे closing tag डाल देता हूँ and I'll put a line break. BR. Then we go to the next one. That's where the p tag ends, so no problem. Code ends here. It's coming together nicely. Wow. It doesn't feel like it, but we are doing a lot of work to create this documentation page, just like all the coders do when they are setting up documentation for different software, different code, different websites, different languages. So all of this does go this, yeah, we do spend time behind this, people do spend time behind this. Respect. Now it is advisable, we have reached, it is advisable. I think that's it. Let's see. Well, that's it for this section. I mean, so what we were to do, let's put that in the. That will be exhausting. Yes. Great. Yes, we do have it. Okay. So ये है हमारा documentation of whatever number of lines. Wow. Good stuff. Really good stuff. XY statements with code, and this is the documentation. Now the only thing left is the while and function and reference. Now what, let me copy the reference. The reference is in an unordered list for no reason. Why? I don't know. Let's see. पहले reference के अंदर डाल देते हैं. Yeah, I just needed that li element to put that list. Okay. And MDN is the Mozilla guide, JavaScript guide. So a href equals to this website. Yeah, and a ends here. Yeah. So we have the MDN website now. From MDN. Okay. Mozilla Distribution Network, maybe. I don't know. So yeah, back to the rest of the two headers sections. So what are we to do? ये क्यों आ जाता है हट? हाँ. Yes. So now we go to this section. What does it say? While statement. Not if, not nothing like that. We are going to use while statements. ये किया हमने. It is advisable. It is advisable. Yes, we did. Okay. If you need to use an assignment, statements here. ठीक है. अभी हम लोग while statements पे जाएंगे. ठीक है. From here till here. P, then code, then P, then code. Oh my god. It's like every statement is a different line. Okay. So फिर से resize कर लेते हैं. The moment we change the width, it will disappear. The menu will, the navigation will disappear. Very good. Okay. In here, अभी तो ज़रूरत नहीं है, अभी तो समझ आ गया है. Okay. A lot of dust has appeared, guys. Sorry about that. So while statements. अच्छा. Interesting. The spacing is the same. Is there a list? Yep, that's a list, another list. It's very good. Sections. Is that it? Oh, that is not supposed to be a list. Lost there. Okay. Great. Nice. Then we go to function declarations now. So from here till here, copy. We are going to use a list too. Okay. सबको इंडेंटेशन भी दे देते हैं क्या यार. Good. Let's see. Come on, not again. Probably a part of the text. Okay, no problem. We are done with this step. That was a lot, but good stuff, man. We are done with this. Okay. And we are not done with this, not even kidding. We have so much more to do, so much more to finish, but I think we have finished a few test steps indeed. Maybe only a few. I say a few because only one or two must have been done. Okay, so let's see. Let me copy that. So not save that again. Great. Review भी बंद कर देते हैं. And then press command enter. Finally, you should have at least 5 list elements. You should have at least 5 code elements. Great. So ये भी हमने accomplish कर दिया है. And what does this look like now? We can check the preview. So we have introduction, JavaScript, hello world, all of this. Nice. I thought it would take more time, but this is also good. Great. So now that we have all of this, because I copied all of this, copied and pasted all of this, it's kind of possible now. Okay. So now, you should have a nav element with an ID of navbar. So navigation will be inside the container before the main ID. How did I get that idea? Because I read the code in the documentation. If you notice it here, they are doing the same thing, the nav ID and the main doc. So that's why I'm going to create a nav with an ID navbar. I think that's literally the same name they've given it, but that's where the navbar will be. Navbar पूरी जगह ले लेगा. We'll probably use table rows and table columns for that. I think I could be wrong. Let's find out. Okay, you should have a nav element. Let's see whether it can sense the nav element. You should have a nav element. Yes. So you should have अभी इसने बोला ID navbar should have exactly one header element within it. So एक ही होना चाहिए, exactly one. Okay. You should have at least one at element with a class of nav link. ये थोड़ा समझ नहीं आया. Is that at least one? What do they mean at least one? Is it for all of them? Why do they mean at least one? So I have to read the code in this nav element. So let's see. So we have one header that says JS documentation. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm going to copy that. And then they have an unordered list, and they have these list objects with each of them. Oh, okay, I see that. Okay, I'm going to copy that unordered list then. That would save a lot of time and exactly help me copy and paste what I have been working on. Great. हाँ, अभी if else को change करना पड़ेगा ना. हाँ, ठीक है. But the moment I copied all of that, you will see it here. If I click on what you should already know, it will move me to what you should already know. That did save me a bunch of time. Thank you for that. And all of them have a class nav link. Good. So yeah, that's exactly what I was trying to avoid. That I could also have written all of this and copied and pasted and found out ways to how to better copy and paste it. But so I copied and pasted it, and all of these work except for if else statement. Let me scroll down and do something about that. So okay, this is data types, if else. अभी यहाँ पे मैं अंडरस्कोर की जगह डॉट कर दूँगा. द सेम वे यहाँ पे भी अंडरस्कोर की जगह ट्रिपल डॉट्स, ellipses, we can also call it ellipses, and we can save that. Great. अभी हमने ये भी सब डाल दिए हैं नेविगेशन में. अभी हम नेविगेशन, हाँ सब स्टाइलिंग वाइलिंग तो हम खुद करके देखने वाले हैं. लेट्स सी. So your nav bar should have exactly one header element in it. We do. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Scroll up. Oh, that's title. One header element inside the nav bar. Good. Then what? Your nav bar should have, okay, you should have at least one at element. Well, anchor element, not at element. So you have at least one. We have 14 of them. All of your nav link elements should be in the nav bar. They are inside the nav bar. You should have the same number of nav link and main section elements. Okay. The header element in the nav bar should come before any link elements. Yes. Yep. Each nav link should have the text that corresponds to the header text of its related section. If you have a hello world section, your nav bar should which has the text hello world. Yeah, it does. That's why I used copy paste. That's why we can use copy paste. अगर मैंने copy paste नहीं किया होता previous steps में, तो फिर मुझे यहाँ पे बैठ के एक को change करना पड़ता. So I think we will have finished all of that. Your technical documentation project should use at least one media query at media. Yeah, so that it resizes itself. Let's run the code and let's see क्या क्या बचा है. हाँ, इसको इसने नहीं किया और ऊपर का कोई कट कटा. हाँ, कटा ना. Each main section should have an ID. हाँ, अभी main section पे जाते हैं. हाँ, वो हमने वो if else को change किया, उसकी वजह से कुछ ना कुछ तकलीफ हुई होगी. So that's data types. That is if else. If dot 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 else. हाँ, यहाँ पे भी करना पड़ेगा ना. Ellipses. I like to say dot dot dot, but it is ellipses. I think that should solve it. Yes. So from the top we have finished these tests. This, and the only thing left is using the media query. Well, we have a lot of steps left. अभी तो हम लोग सब डिज़ाइन करने वाले हैं. This is what the page looks like, and this is what we want it to look like. So a lot of steps are left. We are going to play with CSS a lot. Having said that, to finish this and to make it functionally similar, this is functionally similar, we have to finish the last test. After we finish the last test, we can do whatever we like with the CSS file. I believe so. If you want to do it in the other way, you can also do it the other way. Okay. Your technical documentation page should use at least one media query. Okay. अभी वो media query सब CSS में आएंगी. तो media में CSS में जाते हैं. If I write just media minimum, yeah, this will all involve styling. अभी मैं उसको resize करता हूँ तो वो navigation bar हट जाता है, गायब हो जाता है. If the width is different, if the height is different, then it reacts differently. वो सब settings करने पड़ेंगे. That will involve a lot of steps. That's why I'm not doing it. But I think the more we deal with the styles, we will be dealing with it. So you know what? Yeah, let's just go ahead with it. हाँ, बट वो पता ही नहीं, वो दिखता कैसा है. So I cannot. I think we should begin with this then. Okay. So nav bar हमारे पास तो है ही. पहले तो हेडर को पकड़ते हैं. हेडर को देखते हैं. हाउ बिग शुड ए हेडर, इसकी हेडर की साइज़ क्या है. That is very cool, all of that. Okay. हेडर में क्या क्या क्लासेस हैं. I do not want to look at that. I want to look at the CSS. अच्छा, स्टाइल्स हैं यहाँ पे. Okay. So क्या क्या स्टाइल्स लगाई है उन्होंने. चलो. So now they have used HTML body tags. अच्छा, दोनों को मिक्स ही कर दिया. In the body they have given it the color this, so full white. The text has color that. Oh yeah, we can use that. Font family open sans, that is good. the Arial sans serif and line height. I think that should give us a good advantage. And of course we have a separate style sheet file too, but no problem. And we have the styles.css file. Of course we can do a cheat code, and if I copy all the text from this, literally it will become this page in a second. Don't believe me? I'll show you. This is our preview, and of course this one looks more zoomed in, this looks less zoomed in. It depends on the browser too. But well, so yeah, I've copied the text from the inspect element in here, and literally all the styles have been applied to my page. So this is the after page. So this is what we have to build, this is what it should look like, and this is what it is now. You can see that change immediately. So ये हम बनाने वाले हैं, this is what we are going to build from scratch. Of course we are going to use references, but वो references हमने कैसे यूज़ किए, वो properties हमने क्यों लगाए, वो सब समझना पड़ेगा. So we'll go one by one. Let's try to understand it ourselves first before copying it. And if we want to copy it, we already have all this text with us. So we can use this as a guide, but I would like to make this myself. Let's see. Okay. So that was a shock. पूरा यहाँ पे आ जाता. Navigation bar के साथ थोड़ा खेलते हैं, वो unordered list के साथ खेलते हैं. And I can see it's already 3 hours, guys. What time is it? 5 बज गए. अरे बाप रे. So you know what? 5:10. I will see you guys back again at 6, and we will try to figure out the styles in that video. Just a second. Yeah, we'll try to figure out the styles in that video, and we'll try to make it as similar, make it look as similar as possible. If we want to add any styles of our own, we'll try to add styles of our own. But until then, I will see you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good day. Have a good rest of the day. I will see you guys again at 6. Okay, thank you.